Boris Johnson reiterated his pledge to take the UK out of the EU on the 31st of October with or without a deal, as his government is accused of trying to circumvent a law that would force him to ask for an extension to the Brexit negotiations. Speaking to BBC News, the Prime Minister reinforced his message on the Ben law, which he brands the Surrender Act, despite receiving harsh criticism over his use of language on Wednesday. Asked if he is looking for ways to delay or get around the Ben law, Mr. Johnson said, "No, I must say that we will obey the law, but we're confident that we can come out on the 31st of October, and the best way to do that is to get a deal. And so that's why the Surrender Act is so damaging. I won't hide it from you. It has had the effects with our European friends of making them think, maybe Parliament can block this thing. Maybe they will be forced to extend. If you're in a negotiation, that obviously makes it more difficult, but we are still cautiously optimistic that we can do it." Asked whether former Prime Minister Sir John Major was wrong in his accusation that the government was trying to circumvent the law, he added, "Let me be very clear. We want to get a deal. We are working for a deal, but we're going to come out if we can't get a deal on October the 31st. Sir John Major raised fears on Thursday evening that Mr. Johnson could look to circumvent the terms of the Ben law by using Privy Council privileges. The former Tory Prime Minister suggested the government could seek to bypass statute law by passing an order of council, an order that can be issued by ministers serving as Privy Councillors, to suspend the act until after the 31st of October without involving the Queen. "I should warn the Prime Minister that, if this route is taken, it will be in flagrant defiance of Parliament and utterly disrespectful to the Supreme Court," said Sir John. "It would be a piece of political chicanery that no one should ever forgive or forget." But International Development Secretary Alok Sharma refused to say whether such a tactic had been broached at a meeting of the political cabinet on Wednesday. "I'm not going to set out discussions that have occurred in the privacy of cabinet," he told the BBC. "We are absolutely going to comply with the law. We are working incredibly hard to get a deal, and we will be leaving on the 31st of October. Mr. Sharma said the Prime Minister is correct to label the Ben law, which commits the government to extend Article 50 if no exit deal is agreed, the Surrender Act. He told the BBC, "If you look at the fundamentals of what that bill does, it does surrender our ability to have effective discussions with the European Union, and it does surrender our ability to be able to walk away from the table if that is what happens. We are surrendering our ability to negotiate effectively with the EU. If you were going into a negotiation with both hands tied behind your back, would you not think it's somehow a form of capitulation?"